Now that we're a bit more comfortable with the Showit user interface, we can go over to the design settings in the very top left-hand corner, and this is where I want you to start when you begin customizing your template. Design settings is the hub of your entire brand, and it controls the styling of your site on a global level. What I mean by that is if I were to change this number one color in the palette to like a hot pink, then everywhere that this color is used on the site will turn hot pink. It's a great way to come in here and start adding your brand colors and adding your fonts so that the template feels a little bit more like yours. In order to adjust the color palette, you'll select the color and then put in the hex code down here and then click OK. I highly recommend that you take note of the colors already in here. Right now, it's pretty easy. It's dark and light. And then we have this number 4, which is like an accent color, and number 7, which is a little bit like an off-white. 5, 8, and 2 are all pure white. And then these are like an off black color. I recommend replacing the dark colors with dark colors from your palette and keeping the light colors light, and then maybe using number 4 as an accent. And the reason that is because when this updates across the board, your values will match up. For example, everything that's dark will be the darkest color in your palette, and the light text on top will still be readable. It's just a little bit of a shortcut. Back up to design settings. Once you're happy with your color palette and you've got that plugged in, we can move on to fonts. Clicking over in the top left-hand corner to the fonts tab, right now the active fonts in the template are these over here, this list. These are all Google fonts or free fonts. You're welcome to use this in the template if you like them, or you can swap them out with your own brand fonts. If your brand font is a Google font, you can choose it from the list here. This has a bajillion fonts in it, so if you want to browse the entire library, click on this Google font hyperlink, and you'll be able to look at all the different fonts there. If you have a custom font and you have the WOFF file, that's a .woff, you can upload it to the media library, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. And once you do so, you'll see it in this drop-down list. These are all the ones that we have in our library. You just want to make sure that you own a license to use that font, and then you'll acknowledge that here and then click Add Custom Font. It will appear in the active font list. When you've got your font that you want to use in the active font list, then you can save your changes, and then you'll go back into Design Settings and click on Site Style. And here is where you can plug them in and start styling the type. So if I wanted to change out this title font, I would select the new font from this list here, and it's going to change on desktop and mobile for you, which is really nice. We talked about in the last video splitting desktop and mobile. This is a situation where you're probably going to want to split the size just so that things fit a little bit nicer on mobile. But you'll go through and set all of these different options. Remember, this is going to be the default. When we add text in the future, it'll already be styled this way for you. That way, every single time you don't have to go in and style and you can remain consistent. It's also going to update the text that's already in the template for you.